Okay, welcome to our daily Forex market analysis call in preparation for trading on July 12th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And also, this is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. So let's dive in. We will start off by taking a look at our Forex factory here. So the data here, it was orange data, so not the critical data, but it was slightly negative. The big thing here today was for British pound here. We saw a drop in British pound, and one of the reasons for that was because the one of the MPC members that was supposed to speak lately, Bank of England has been more hawkish, and they've been talking about raising rates and stuff like that. So MPC member Haldane did not actually mention any of that, anything related to the monetary policy in his speech. So market took that as a bit of a negative sign, and as a result, we saw British pound drop. Another thing that happened today, we did have two FOMC members speak as well. But the big thing that kind of caused markets to, or caused a negative impact on the US dollar was President Trump's son, one of his sons, Donald Trump Jr., came out and disclosed the emails conversations, I guess that he had with somebody from Russia, and as a result of that, markets saw that as another controversy surrounding the presidency. So as a result of that, that had negative impact on the US dollar later in the day today. So those are a couple of main things that were that kind of happened in the market. So going into Wednesday here, this is an important day. So a few different things here. We have a bunch of red news. First one is average earnings index for British pound. So average earnings is a very important number because it kind of ties in with the employment. So if employment is going up, we want to see average earnings going up as well. So if this comes in as positive, it will have positive impact on the British pound. If it comes in as negative, it will have a negative impact on the British pound. Another thing is, the big thing here is Bank of Canada monetary policy report and rate statement, as well as the overnight rate. So currently the overnight rate is at 0.5%. Bank of Canada is expected to raise rates by 0.25 percentage point. So that will be the main thing. We also have Bank of Canada press conference a little bit later tomorrow. So if they do raise rates, leading up to this announcement, we have seen Canadian dollar actually turn hawkish. So we have seen dollar CAD drop because Canadian dollar has been very strong lately as a result of Bank of Canada talking about a potential interest rate hike. So this is not a given. This is what the market expects. So if Bank of Canada does raise rates tomorrow, it will be positive for Canadian dollar, and we'll see dollar CAD drop, and any of the Canadian crosses should do well. And if they don't, it will be the opposite of that. So that's the main thing. We also have Fed Chair Yellen is testifying on Wednesday and Thursday. So that will have an impact on the US dollar as well. So should be an interesting New York session tomorrow. Other than that, not a whole lot. We have Chinese trade balance later in the day in the Asian session, but those are the main things that we need to be concerned about. So let's move on to the charts now. We will start with euro dollar. Euro has been very strong. It did break through the previous high here. So this looks bullish. So the next target here for euro, we are looking at 115.20 level. So this break above here is quite bullish, and now that gives us a bullish bias for the day, and we're looking for further move to the upside. So that's euro. So this is what we were looking at yesterday. We had talked about how euro was still bullish, and as we can see, it broke above, pulled back right into this, and then we saw another move to the upside. So it's making higher lows, and of course it's broken through this, so looking for this to move further. This is where we are. We could see price come back. So in this one of the places to look for would be this. So pivot point here, which is a 1.1440 level if price holds. So we may see a pullback into this level and then a further move to the upside. So if price does pull back, this would be an important place that we could look for a potential long entry. So just looking for a pullback into this level, so test of this pin here, and then if price stays above that, then we're looking for positive move to the upside there. So euro is definitely bullish. Pound here, we did get a nice bearish close on the pound. It is not quite into this 128.20 level, which is the target here. So now it's pulling back. So that US dollar news did hurt the US dollar, and we are seeing pullbacks now in everything. And at this point, it is a pulling back. So we'll have to be mindful. So based on daily candle formation, this is bearish, and we're looking for pound to move down lower. So the first target will be 128.20 level right into this. So if it breaks below this, then we're looking for 127.50. But if euro keeps on going up, it may drag the British pound up as well. So this one we have to be careful with. Before the news came out, it was okay, but now things are changing. So that's where we have to be mindful of that. So this is where price is testing. It could test higher. Oops, we're right into the pivot point here, I suppose. So this could test higher right into that, or even into this level here, 12900, or into 128.70 level. So this inefficiency has been filled at this point, and this level here, 128.20, will be an important level. So let's go down to 1 hour. So here we are. It could pull back, like I said, into the pivot point or slightly higher than that. So we'll have to watch out for that. Right now, this looks bullish. Looks like for the last few 2-3 hours, it has, since the close, it has been pushing up at the moment. So this one, I would say bearish bias on the daily, but caution here, especially if this whole Russia thing gets kind of written about or blown out of proportion. That will have a negative impact on the US dollar. As a result, US dollar will take a hit, and then we may see this go back up as well. Dollar CAD here, big news coming out for Canadian dollar. Right now it's holding below 129.25 level. This looks bearish, even though the close, we see that the candle is green, and we have a pin that's the same size as the candle here, so that makes it neutral, even though it looks green. So important thing is that price is holding below this 129.25 level. This is a previous resistance, support that's acting as a resistance now. So as long as it stays below that level, this is likely to move lower. The target here is 128.20 in this one as well. So that's dollar CAD looking for 128.20 level. That's our move to the lower downside here. So this is where we were. We had talked about this level yesterday, about price testing this, and now it has been. So it did get tested today, and now it's pulling off of that. So it's going lower from that. So if euro dollar and pound dollar continue to move higher, this is likely to go lower. In that case, and especially if the US dollar. So if we have the US dollar news, which is proving negative for the US dollar right now, if that continues on, and if Canadian dollar raises rates or Canada raises rates, then we are likely to see this go lower. So right now we have a double top, intraday double top. So as a result of that, we're looking for price to move lower for this dollar CAD. So the bias is neutral to bearish on dollar CAD. Aussie dollar, actually, this one had a positive close. So this is finally, we have broken above this previous level. It did come down, but with that news, it has been pushed up. This one here, two levels we need to watch for. So it has blown through this one here. This previous resistance level, it's trading above that. Based on the daily close, this looks bullish. Having said that, we are into this level here as well, this previous support and resistance level. So if the price blows through this level, gets to the other side, 76.50, if it gets to 76.50 and stays above that level, then we're looking for a move to the upside. Now, commodity currencies generally tend to get impacted by one another. So if Canadian dollar strengthens, we're likely to see some of that seep into Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar as well. So keep that in mind. So based on this, looks bullish, but it is into resistance, 76.50. If it goes through to the other side and stays above, then we're looking for another move to the upside on Aussie. So this is where we are. We are into this, the kind of the head and shoulders type of thing here. Now it has closed above this, and we haven't seen a break of this previous level, which certainly gives it a bullish bias. If it does go on the other side, then we are, again, like I said, looking for 77.13 level. So we're looking for a test of the high in that case. So we'll have to be careful with that. This is where it's testing that level. So 76.50 level is critical at this point. If we do get some sort of a sell signal, then this could come back down. But right now, on the daily, this is bullish. New Zealand dollar, big down day for New Zealand dollar. And this is quite interesting because Aussie had a bullish close. Generally, they move hand in hand, but New Zealand dollar has dropped a fair bit. So very bearish close. But again, we are into support in this case. So 7,200 was our target level. It did get to 7,200, and now it's pulling back a little bit. So this is 71.95. And now, so with this one, what we're looking for is price to break down through this level, pull back up. And if it stays below, then 7,200 or 71.95 is a level we're looking for a potential sell opportunity. And the target will be the 7,100 level. So that will be our target, next target to the downside. So this one is bearish on the daily, and we're looking for move to the downside. This is where we are at the moment. Again, we need to pay attention to the 71.95 or 7,200 level. If price stays above this, we are likely to see it go back up. So something to keep in mind here. This is from 1 hour perspective. It has dropped. It has been going lower, big drop today, and now it's pushing up, right? So if everything pushes up, if euro continues to push up and pound does the same, Aussie does the same, chances are New Zealand will follow as well. However, on its own though, this is bearish. So let's move our targets here. We're looking for, so let's say 71.50 is the first target, and then 7,100 approximately will be the second target. So we'll put those down, but again, break of this 7,200 will be important. All right, dollar yen. Dollar yen pin bar, this is bearish, and target here will be, so we're looking at 113.50 level, which is not that far. And once that level gets used up, then 113.20. So this is nice daily pin bar on this. So definitely a bearish bias on this one. So that's where we are from 4 hour perspective. Very nice close, and now we are moving lower here. So overall, we're looking for dollar yen bearish. Pound yen is a one that is bearish as well. So last few days, we've been talking about how this looks like a compressed move. See how this is a nice big move to the upside. Candles were getting bigger and nice flow here. But as we got here, price kind of went up, but it didn't really go anywhere. It closed back down every time it went up, it closed back down. So now we have had a bearish engulfing candle here with a nice pin to the top here. So with this one, normally I would take a pound yen short after this one, even the dollar yen. My concern at this moment is pound dollar moving up. If we start seeing buying coming into this, pound yen could move back up. So in this case, I would look for a break of 146.10 area, or if the price pulls up higher. So I do like pound yen here. So a couple of potential entries would be this one here, 146.90 for a potential short. And the second one would be a break of 146. So if it breaks down, so this is what we're looking for. First potential entry is price goes up, goes into 146.90-ish area, and then drops, right? Or the second option is that it may not go up that high. We see a break, price pulls back into 146 level, then holds below. So this is where we're looking to take an entry short, and we're looking for a move to the downside. The bias though is certainly to the downside. So the next target would be 145.25 level. So this right here. And as you can see from 1 hour, very nice move to the downside here. But now it seems to be, see this previous support and resistance here, this is where it seems to be struggling as well. So if we kind of push it up, as you can see, it's basically struggling with the same place. So 14600 will be the key level. So it would be good if it does go up here and gives us a sell signal, like this would be a very nice entry, because then we have all of this open still. So 146.90 to about 146.00. So we have 90 pips of room to take a trade. Or if the price breaks through this level, then and stays below, that's another option as well for pound yen. Euro yen still looks bullish. We did have a pin bar here, but it broke through because euro has gone up, and that's why I'm saying we have to watch pound dollar, because if pound dollar moves up higher, pound yen is likely to move up higher as well, because buying in pound dollar will likely impact pound yen as well. So euro yen looks bullish with euro dollar. So this one, our target still remains at 131.100 to the upside here. And here's our 4 hours. So this is, it's broken through this 129.60. It's gone higher. So target still remains at 131, and that's where we'll have to see what it does. So it's not, see how this move here is nice and quite sort of expansionary. This one is starting to get compressed here as well. So not much distance here. So this is starting to get compressed, but it's not quite ready to turn yet. So in the yen crosses, dollar yen is a good bet actually, and pound yen. So my favorite short in this case will be dollar yen. Second one will be pound yen. Euro yen not quite ready yet. Let's look at CAD yen. CAD yen looks quite nice. This is what I was watching, and it has since come down from there. So CAD yen, very nice bearish engulfing candle with a nice pin on the top, test of the extreme highs. With this one here, do keep in mind Bank of Canada. So leading up to that, this could drop because it seems like it's the yen that's kind of strengthening, as opposed to this one going the CAD dropping. So CAD's not exactly dropping, it's the yen that's strengthening. So this one looks bearish. Target here would be 87.80 level. So we're looking for price to move back down here. And then second one would be 87.13 level. So this, we have some room here still for CAD yen. So CAD yen is bearish. Aussie yen, we are into resistance here. This one, as we can see, previous resistance, but it is, so this is neutral because the pin is the same size as the candle. So this is neutral, so maybe not the best one to trade. This here is quite bearish. New Zealand yen, I certainly like as well. So New Zealand yen, looking for price to break this level, 8,200. So once the price breaks this 8,200 level, same thing, we're looking for a price to break through this level, pull back into 8,200, and then drop here. So 8,150 is the first target, and then we have 8,100 as the second one. So New Zealand yen definitely looks bearish, and as you can see from New Zealand dollar here, this is bearish as well. So compared to Aussie, so same thing between the difference we are seeing between euro and pound is the same between Aussie and New Zealand. Euro is going up, pound dropped today, Aussie went up, New Zealand dollar dropped. So there isn't alignment across the board, even with the risk currencies and commodity currencies, they're just not aligned internally, which means that we could get a surprise on either side. But yen looks like it wants to pull back now. So New Zealand yen is a good one to look at, pound yen, and then dollar yen. Those are the three to watch out. And then Aussie, New Zealand should be, Aussie is strong, New Zealand is weak. So Aussie, New Zealand long is a potential trade to look at. Actually, dollar yen looks quite nice. Maybe time to call a trade here. Yeah, it did a bit of a pullback into this previous, didn't even get to that previous level, kind of stayed below that, went to this previous level, and now it seems to be dropping. So yeah, I like the dollar yen. Let me have a quick look here. This one's kind of pulling back into, see how it turned around right at 8,200. So this one, we could watch this level here, or even into this 8,230 level, or even right here, 8,220 would be a potential level for a short. So euro pound long potential, and euro New Zealand long. So euro pound long, euro New Zealand long potentially, and then we have Aussie New Zealand long again. So those are some other trades based on the differences we are seeing in various pairs. Those are some of the ones to explore. I don't know if I may not have all the charts, so I can't. Euro pound here. Oh, that's not the, yeah, euro pound is pulling back. So once it's done the pullback into this level, this is not the, well, that's okay. We can look at this chart. So 88.50 level would be a potential, could be a potential long for euro pound. And I don't, oh, I do have a chart. Here we go. So if it pulls back into this level here, this could be a potential long opportunity for it. Or if you look at the daily, see how big this one is. So 88, so 89, 0.8900 would be a level to look at for a potential long. That's a quite a bullish candle. Okay, any questions? Anything to add? All right, so we will call it a wrap for today.